What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Gotians Games. And E3 is underway, and because of my work schedule and daily life schedule, I'm not able to stream E3 this year with you guys. But I will be doing my best to cover everything, or as much as possible, that they put out as far as the trailers and everything, and give my reactions and thoughts to the different trailers that drop. So this one, I want to start with this trailer. Just it caught my eye, and the simple fact that I'm a Dragon Ball fan, I wanted to start with this trailer that dropped during the Xbox press conference, and the trailer is simply titled Dragon Ball Z Kakarot trailer. Now I know that Project Z is a thing. I know that's what they've been working on forever. And I think that that's what this game is. I'm not sure, but let's take a look at this, find out, and give you my 2 cents on it. Oh, I was like, is the audio not playing? I like how it says coming to Xbox Store. Just to keep you guys notified, it's going to be on every system. Or as far as I know. I don't know if the Switch is included in that. But I know that it's going to be on PS4 and Xbox. And I think PC as well. I mean, the animation looks nice. Definitely looks better than Budokai, I'll tell you that much. Aww. Can I get an F in the comment section for Krillin, please? I mean, that looks cool. And that's the official name, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Okay. All right, let's give my 2 cents here on this. Here's the thing with this game. I want to tell you this right now. Here's the thing with this game. This game can go one of 2 ways. Okay. I say one of 2 ways because it's true. It can go one of 2 ways. And what I'm talking about, if you guys aren't aware, if you guys don't get the same vibes that I do from this trailer, is that this game could either be a Legacy of Goku remake, which it very, very, very much so feels like a Legacy of Goku remake at this point, since it's called Kakarot. Whether they call it Legacy of Goku or not doesn't matter. That's what it feels like. It's like Legacy of Goku mixed in with like Tenkaichi 3 gameplay type of deal is what it looks like. Without more actual gameplay, it's really hard to determine whether or not that's what it's gonna be. The other way that it could go is Dragon Ball Sagas, which it's hard to say anything good about Sagas. I mean, it was fun when you're playing with a friend, but solo, that game was really bad. And if they remade Sagas, which that's what this could be, I mean, it wouldn't be a necessarily bad thing. But the reason why I say it could go one of 2 ways regarding that, whether it's going to be Sagas or Legacy of Goku remake, is because if it's Legacy of Goku remake, you're playing as Goku only, which I wouldn't be too happy about, because honestly, Goku is not. He's like one of my least favorite characters in Dragon Ball. I know it sounds weird, but that's the truth. He's one of my least favorite characters in Dragon Ball. I'm including all of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. I don't care for GT. GT can just go in the trash, honestly. But you know, if I'm not able to play as the other characters in the game, then I'm gonna feel like it's like a missed opportunity, because especially like you're going into like the Cell games and stuff, which I don't know how far this is gonna go. That's the other thing too, is it's just called, like, for the longest time it was just called Project Z, or Dragon Ball Z Project Z or whatever, and now they're calling it Kakarot. So if they go into like the Cell games and stuff, does that mean that like since you're not gonna play as the other characters, you just play as Goku? Does that mean that you go into it and when Goku dies against Cell, that's it? The other thing too is like how many times are we gonna revisit the same thing in the Dragon Ball games? I mean, we've been playing the same stories forever. Honestly, at this point, I would love to play just a legit Dragon Ball game. Like, take me back to the beginning of Dragon Ball. Like, give me those games. I want that more than I want a Dragon Ball Z game because we've had so many Dragon Ball Z games. Like, how many times are we going to revisit the same old story? We've been doing this since Super Nintendo. If you guys never played the Super Nintendo Dragon Ball Z games, go ahead and play them. They're actually not that bad. And especially well, I mean, you can't really like get them without getting ROMs for them, and Nintendo doesn't like that. But if you have the opportunity or you had the opportunity to play those ROMs, then you know what I'm talking about. I mean, there were so many good ones on the Super Nintendo. You had basically it was Legacy of Goku, but on the Super Nintendo, and it was an RPG. You play as Goku, starting in Dragon Ball. You go all the way to the I think it was the 27th Budokai tournament with Piccolo, and then it starts Dragon Ball Z. So it was actually really good, and it didn't go all the way through Dragon Ball Z, which sucked. But regardless, we've been playing the same stories for the longest time. So why not go all the way back at this point and give us Dragon Ball? Like you're basically we've ushered in a new age of Dragon Ball, especially for new fans to the series who got introduced with Dragon Ball Super, who are maybe going back and watching Z. Take them back to Dragon Ball. Introduce them to Dragon Ball. Some of the best fights in the series, or the series as a whole, including Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and Super. Some of the best fights were in Dragon Ball before we had all the flashing, like phasing and stuff like that, where you don't even see the character, just and that's it. Take us back to that. I want that game. Give us that game instead of this. If you're going to make a Dragon Ball game and call it Kakarot, take us all the way back, man. Take us back to Dragon Ball from the minute that he got introduced to Bulma. Take us through that whole story in Dragon Ball, ending with the fight against Piccolo in the World Tournament. And then from there you could do a part 2, like a Kakarot 2, and then that could be Dragon Ball Z. You could do Kakarot 3, and that could be Dragon Ball Super, and then you could do Kakarot alternate universe, and that would be Dragon Ball GT. But I don't know how that one would sell. But you get what I'm saying. Like, that would be, honestly, that's the game that I want. Take us back there. Enough with the Raditz, Vegeta, Nappa, Frieza, Cell games. Enough with all of that. The Boo Saga. Like, I'm honestly really like fatigued playing Dragon Ball Z story. You gave it to us in Budokai 1, gave it to us in Budokai 2, Budokai 3, Budokai Tenkaichi, Tenkaichi 2, Tenkaichi 3. You gave it to us in Sagas, Raging Blast. You gave it to us in Xenoverse 2. Like, you made us play the same game twice for Xenoverse and Xenoverse 2. I mean, it's something to actually praise is Dragon Ball Fighters, which gave us a brand new story instead of rehashing the same story all over again, which it could have done, which I'm glad that it didn't. But anyways, that's my thoughts on it. The game looks good, like as far as design goes. Like the animations look really good. It doesn't look kind of clunky or anything like that. It doesn't look like Xenoverse, which I'm happy about. It doesn't look like Dragon Ball Heroes, which I'm happy about. It looks like its own game. It almost looks similar to with the character designs. It looks similar to Fighters, which is not a bad thing. Just with more of a 3D aspect to the characters instead of the 2D characters in a 3D background, which is what Fighters is. So 2.5D essentially. But I think it would be enjoyable to play. Do I think I would buy it when it comes out and releases? No. Honestly, I would probably wait for like an anime day when it's discounted heavily. Do I think that it's going to be a trash game? No, I don't think it's going to be trash. I think it's going to be better than Xenoverse. I think it's going to be better than a lot of the other Dragon Ball Z centric games that we've had in the past. But other than all the flashiness that you see on the screen, I need to see more gameplay to find out if this is going to be something that's worth it. I need to know how far the story stretches out. Is it just up to the Frieza saga? Is it all the way up to Buu saga? Do we get to play as other characters going through? Do we get to experience all the other stories that are intertwined within the Dragon Ball Z saga, such as Gohan's training, such as Tien and Tien Chaozu Yamcha and Krillin's training with Mr. Popo? Do we get to experience Vegeta's fight against the Ginyu Force? I mean, all that stuff I feel is like very important to the game, and if they're only going to focus on Goku's story, then a lot of stuff is going to be missed out if we don't get to play as other characters. With that, guys, let me know how you guys feel down in the comment section below. Remember, press F for Krillin, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new. I will catch you all in the next video. You guys have a great rest of your day. Peace out, guys.